So this is the first of my YouTube posts. To watch time here. And the whole thing is the issue of several issues actually, and I'm going to elaborate on them. The thing is, first thing is another YouTube user made the claims that Hasidim are application, that Hasidim are heretics, and the Baal Shem Tov was a heretic, and also made the claims that Lubavitch is synonymous with J for J, that it's just another brand, different person, and those were the two major claims. And then there are other claims they sent, that were sent to me via messaging. And I'm not going to discuss those because they're really not something that everyone should hear. And I'm trying to keep this tznius and something that everybody, no matter what age, can listen to and learn from. But the whole thing is we have to discuss the definition of a heretic. And I'm going to take from the Rambam, Maimonides, who says that three things are called heretics, three people. So the person who says that there isn't any prophecy and that God doesn't speak to human beings, this guy's a heretic. That's the first thing. And then he says, the second one says that the prophecy of Moses, our teacher, peace be upon him, wasn't true. And the third one is that the third claim that you have to make in order to be a heretic is that you have to say that God doesn't know what human beings are doing. So any one of these things, any one, you don't have to be all three together. Any one of these things are called heretics, and we have to raise the point that Hasidim don't fit these three categories. They just don't. And really, it's not really something that's open to debate. We don't fit this category, and that's that on the issue of heretics. And now we have to classify what exactly is J for J and what is its relationship to Lubavitch. Is Lubavitch just another version of J for J, different guy? I'm not sure if you've ever seen, there's a J for J billboard in New York that someone told me about. It has a picture of the Rebbe waving, and it says, right idea, wrong guy. It's something like that. A friend of mine told me about it. It kind of blew me away when I heard about it. But the first thing we have to cover is that one, J for J is idolatrous. It's not even Jewish in its beliefs. It keeps a lot of Jewish practices, some degree or another. It's more like Reform Judaism mixed with Christianity in my mind. After all, they allow their women to read from the Torah. Well, actually, in some cases, like I remember being in the desert and turning in palms, and their rabbi, if you want to call him that, told them that even though they weren't supposed to drink water on a fast day, that they couldn't fast, and or that they should drink water anyway because they were in the desert and it was hot. And point is, if it's Yom Kippur, you're not supposed to be doing work anyway, so you shouldn't be drinking water. You shouldn't have a need to drink water. I mean, basically, Yom Kippur is sleep and pray and study. That's it. You don't do any work. And, the whole thing is that's a completely different issue. But the whole thing is you have to categorize. Okay, what's Christianity and J for J? That J for J believes JC to be the Messiah as well as the Son of God and as well as God. This is idolatry, to say that he's the Son of God or God. It's not necessarily idolatry to say that he's the Messiah. That's a completely different issue. But it is idolatry to say that he is the Son of God and that he's God. That's just something you don't do if you're Jewish. Say anyone's the Son of God or God. It's just not. No. It's wrong. And or I shouldn't say if you're Jewish. There are a lot of Jews that say that. A lot of Jews that can convert over, whatever. You really can't get rid of your heritage. It just doesn't work. That's another topic. A topic for another video. Is, what exactly constitutes a Jew? But we'll discuss that, like I said, in another video. And the other thing is Lubavitch doesn't believe the Rebbe to be Messiah at large. You have a lot that do, and you have a lot that don't. And you have different degrees as to who believes, okay, is he the Messiah, is he not? You have people who say that he's not dead, he didn't die, but he's really in 770, that the grave is empty. That's as close as you're going to get to Christianity in Lubavitch. Because they're not going to, in Lubavitch, no one's going to call the Rebbe God. At least not if they're real Lubavitchers and, starke Yidden. And the other thing is you have some who say that during the resurrection he'll be revealed as the Messiah. And there are a lot of different takes as to when the resurrection is going to happen, before the Messiah comes, after the Messiah comes. That's also another topic for another completely different video. And the other thing is we don't hold the Rebbe to be God or the Son of God, and there's actually a base din that ruled that the Rebbe is not the Messiah. And that's the essence of our belief. We don't really hold any beliefs different from what a Jew should hold, except we believe that the Rebbe was our prime example of righteousness, that he was a good example, that he showed us the way we were supposed to live and treat people, how we were supposed to act. Even to the point that he showed us how we were supposed to daven, how exactly we're supposed to express ourselves during davening. It was an example of modesty and piety and of caring for every Jew, regardless of their background, whether they went off the path or not. That a Jew is a Jew, whether he's on the path or not, and that they're still deserving of their brother's love, because the Torah commands of us that we're to love our fellow as ourselves. And Ahavas Yisrael, love for your fellow Jew, is really, according to a lot of commentaries, is the same as love for God. You can't have Sinas Yisrael and Ahavas Havaya. You can't have a hatred for your fellow Jew but love God. It's just not happening. But that's the essence. You can't hate the creation and love the Creator. Because if you hate the creation, you probably hate the Creator too. And I'll have to let this one go. This should be my wrap. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Hope that. Bye-bye.